Hey, welcome back in, guys. Today we're making shrimp and pepper fried rice. This is such a bomb recipe. Hope you guys give it a try. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, guys, so for our ingredients, I have about 6 cups of cold pre-cooked rice, a pound of shrimp here. I have a small bell pepper, red bell pepper, onion, and then we have the bottoms of some scallions. We have granulated garlic, onion, black pepper, sesame oil, some dark soy sauce, regular soy sauce, and we have some bean sprouts, which did not make it into the dish, and we're going to use a couple of eggs. Into a hot wok, I just added a little bit of vegetable oil at the bottom. Now, if you don't have an electric wok like I have, you can just use a large skillet. Just make sure you keep it on medium high to high. And into this, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to saute up our shrimp first. We're just going to cook them to just about done, and then we're going to go ahead and remove them from our wok. We don't want to overcook our shrimp because we'll be adding them back into our fried rice just about when it's done. These are medium shrimp that have been cleaned and deveined. All right, so we've got our shrimp done. We're just going to go ahead and remove these from the wok, and then we're going to go right back into this wok, just add a little bit more oil, and we're going to go ahead and soft scramble our eggs. Same as the shrimp, you don't want to overcook your eggs because they will be going back into your fried rice to get hot. So you can just cook a soft scramble will work perfectly fine. We don't have to worry about cleaning out the skillet or anything like that. The little flavor from the shrimp and the seasonings will work perfectly fine here. Now I am going to add a little bit more oil to the bottom of the wok. That way my eggs won't stick. And we're just going to, like I said before, soft scramble them. I'm not going to add any seasoning or anything to the eggs. We're just going to let them pick up the little flavor that was left from the shrimp, soft scramble them, and then go ahead and remove them and set them to the side to add back to our rice at a later time. And here are our eggs, guys, a nice soft scramble. And like I said, we're just going to set those to the side to put back in a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and saute up our vegetables. I did add just another tablespoon or so of vegetable oil to the bottom of my wok here. And we're just going to let these veggies go for about 2 to 3 minutes. I like to let them get a nice head start. That way they won't be super crunchy, but they will have a really nice flavor. Still have a little bit of a bite to them, but not crunchy like as if they were raw. And we're going to go ahead and, like I said, let them go for about 2 to 3 minutes. I am going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to my veggies as they saute. All right, so it's been 3 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead on and add in our rice. Again, you want to make sure that your rice is cooked and cold. I've seen people try to make fried rice with hot rice, and all that does is really just have your rice kind of mushy and sticky. You really don't want that, so you want to make sure that your rice is cooked correctly, 1, and 2, that it sits overnight or sits in your fridge for at least a few hours to get it cold. That way when you refry it, it cooks up better. So all we're going to do now is just allow this to get a good little saute for a few minutes. Again, you want to keep your wok on high to medium high depending on the device that you're using or the cookware that you're using. This one's a little older, so I have it as high as it'll go, but I have a different one where I may not have it as high. So right now we're just going to add in a little bit of sesame oil. You don't want to be heavy-handed with the sesame oil because it can has a tendency to overpower the flavor of your rice with that flavor. So you just want to be careful, but it does add a nice flavor to it and a nice umami flavor. So you want to go ahead and add that in there. Just be careful when you're adding it. And we're also going to be using, again, our regular soy and our dark soy. One for flavor, the other for richness and color. Okay, guys, so we've allowed our rice to cook now for about 4 minutes or so. Now we're going to go ahead and season it with some granulated garlic, granulated onion. We're not going to add any salt. We're going to get our salt from our soy. And if you wanted to, you could add in some white pepper at this time as well. I happen to be out of white pepper. Otherwise, I definitely would be. Now we're going in with our soy sauce, and we're going to go ahead and give it a good little mix everything around, get all those flavors incorporated really well, and then we're going to come back with our dark soy. At this time, I would have added my bean sprouts to the pan as well, but I forgot. I put them back in the fridge, and I forgot to bring them out. It was still delicious, but I do love bean sprouts. My wife loves bean sprouts, so every time we do order takeout or fried rice or whatnot, we generally get extra bean sprouts in our rice. All right, family, so we've allowed it to go for about 3 minutes or so. We incorporated that regular soy in there really well. So now we're going to add in our dark soy. The dark soy, again, adds richness and color. There are some people that like to use browning seasoning in their fried rice. Dark soy is way better in my opinion. I highly recommend you pick some up, and I always buy mine from Amazon because you get a better value, a bigger bottle for a better price off of Amazon. So I highly recommend that you do that if you don't have any already. So all we're going to do now is just kind of incorporate that dark soy into our rice as well and begin to mix it up. And with the dark soy, a little goes a long way. It's still not the color I want at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead on and add some more in there. And with the dark soy, you can kind of gauge the flavor by how dark your rice is. Kind of weird how it works. So you just, keep adding in a little bit and mixing it up until the rice gets to the color that you want it to be. You could also taste it at this point if you want to, if you're not used to using dark soy sauce. But at this point, I've used it so long, you kind of get a gauge of what the flavor is going to be like just based off the color. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and add back in our shrimp and our eggs that we made earlier. That way we can get everything heated back up and reconstitute it into our rice. It's coming together right now. We're in the home stretch. So we got a few more minutes and we're going to be ready to rock. Just look how good it's looking right now. It was still a little light for me, so I wanted to just add in maybe another little shot of dark soy. And we're going to go ahead and mix it up and let it go. We still have to add in our scallions, but after that, guys, we're going to be ready to plate up and serve and get a good bite. So it's really a really easy recipe, delicious recipe. It's a little bit different adding in all the peppers, but if you love peppers and onions like I do, then I truly believe that you'll love this rice as well. So I highly recommend that you guys give this one a shot. And here go our scallions for a little extra flavor and garnish, and that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. But that's how you make pepper and shrimp fried rice. It's so good.